guys, today we're going to be ranking every fruit in Blox fruit. Thank you darkkitsune.com for releasing this so I can use your tier list. Starting off with the rocket fruit, pretty good. But everyone says that it's the worst fruit and it's the cheapest fruit. And a lot of people think it's the worst fruit because it's the cheapest. I disagree. I believe it's really good for starting. It does pretty good damage. It's got pretty good splash. It doesn't have, unlike the other big fruits from the later I'm going to get on to the tier list. This fruit is very cheap, fast cooldowns, and it's really easy to get. Especially good for beginners. I know. I used to have one. So this isn't because empathy, but I believe Rocket deserves a C tier. Unlike the fruit ahead of it, the spin fruit is horrible. Horrible cooldowns, does like 0 damage, and I haven't, correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't think it has a flight. It probably does, but just doesn't do a lot of damage. Just not a lot to talk about it. It doesn't have good visuals. Look at that. Look at the rocket. It looks pretty cool and it's cute. Do you want to eat this? Now that goes in D tier. Next fruit is a new one. The blade. The blade fruit was originally called the chop, but now it's called blade in the new update where they introduced the dragon. The blade fruit was originally known to be the worst fruit back in the day. I disagree, but now it's on a different level. I believe the blade fruit deserves to be on a C tier, and it's M1 spam, aka its left clicks, its ability to damage people constantly, having a flight ability, short cooldowns, and a pretty good amount of damage. I believe it goes ahead of Rocket. Next fruit let's just check. The spring fruit, it's got good visuals, and the cooldowns are okay, but it does 0 damage. In my later video where I just started to use the spring fruit, you could see I struggled heavily with it. But the time I used spin, I find that the spring was funner. And from videos I've seen people maxing it out, it's a lot more fun and it's a lot more usable. Sorry, just had to eat an apple. But then again, it's not that good. But it does have great transportation. So let's move on. Let's just see. Yes, the occasional bomb. The bomb fruit is iconic. It was originally known as the worst fruit in the game because I wasn't playing during that time. But from the videos I've seen and what I've heard, bomb was the worst fruit. And right now, it is really bad, but don't get me wrong, it has a lot of damage. It does have a lot of damage, but everyone just says it's probably has the most damage, and they're focusing on that part. But I disagree. I think they're forgetting about the part about the usability and looks. Bomb fruit, okay, but it doesn't have that good of looks. It doesn't have really good PvP. In a PvP battle, you're dead. If you're fighting people like Cake Queen, you're dead. Bomb fruit just isn't that good for me. So that's why I'm going to give it bottom C tier or top D tier. I find bottom C tier for now is good for bomb. Next fruit, I believe, is the smoke fruit. The first elemental fruit. The smoke fruit you can't deal any damage to it unless if you have hockey. And this fruit does a pretty good amount of damage itself. It's got occurring over time damage, and I really find that good. So this is why I think, in my personal opinion, smoke is just a bit better than blade fruit. So that's why it's going top C tier. Alright, so let's focus on the next fruit now, the spike. The spike fruit is known as the Walmart dough, and I dislike that because it's a pretty good fruit. There's not a lot to talk about it. It has pretty good looks. I like the visuals. Don't get me wrong. It's pretty good. It does an okay amount of damage. It is probably one of the funnest fruits that deals damage. I know everyone's thinking, oh, what about the spike ball move? Who cares? It's fun. You're Sonic the Hedgehog. So, in my personal opinion, it's going ahead of Rocket and ahead of Bomb. Having a pretty fine list here. Now, this is where we get fun. The flame fruit. I have some expertise. Let's just say I have a lot of uses for the blade fruit. I've used it for a long time because I made a mistake by eating a bad fruit. I was using a light fruit, and then I ate a spin. This is when I was a noob, level 30, 50. And I'm like, oh no, I just realized the spin fruit is horrible. So then I rolled a flame, or I had a flame fruit in storage. So I ate the flame fruit. And let's just say I had it unawakened, and it was okay. But it did great. It did amazing. Just that, it's supposed to be a B tier. But from its awakening, my gosh, golly, it's really good. So this is why I think Flame, even though for its low rarity and cheapness, I think it goes in an A tier. Let's now go on the ice fruit. This is a hard one because it's both, I don't know if it's better or worse than the flame fruit. I'm right now leaning on the worst part. I'm thinking I think I'm probably going to put it in a mid B tier. You know what? I'm going to put it in an A tier just below flame because I think although it has an M1 and it does a pretty good amount of damage, I just don't think the freezing abilities is going to work for it. Now, the sand fruit. Sand fruit is okay, has good stun, and it does a lot of damage. Don't get me wrong, I've used it for a little bit. It's got a good flight, but it's very slow. It doesn't do a lot of damage. So what I'm going to do is put sand in mid B tier. Having a pretty fine list. The next fruit, dark fruit. This dark fruit is probably the most sus thing I've ever seen. Why is there an eye? Why is there so many eyes? Why is there tentacles? I just don't think it's that good. It doesn't even look that good. It does a pretty fair amount of damage, but we're also thinking about it. Compared to sand, in my opinion, they're both elementals, but I think the superior one is dark. Henceforth, I'm going to put dark on top of D tier. And if I have, I'm probably going to mix and change the arrangements of the fruits. I believe this is how we put it. Yes. Now, the next fruit. Oh, here it is. Diamond. It recently had a rework, and to be honest, it didn't do much else other than giving a very slow and very inefficient M1 spam. Very slow. Doesn't do that a lot of damage, but that's half the fruit. And the visuals is arguably mid. Like, the other ones were okay. And I personally think, like, sure, this one is cooler. But for some reason, just got a better feeling with the old diamond. So, this is what I think we should do. Blox fruits, Rip Indra. Keep the spikes on the diamond. But next time you rework it, make the M1 spam quicker, better moves. The flashbang, make it an actual flashbang, because we all know it does not work on anything, really. It doesn't work that much. And make the character turn the color it was before. I'm color deficient, so I wouldn't know. So just keep the spikes, do more damage, quicker, M1 spam, make a better flashbang, and just make the full body of the diamond fruit user full whatever color it is, because I forget. Here, I think I'm going to put it below smoke. Probably a waste of money. It's going to be definitely below smoke. I just realized this mistake I made. It's not worth $300,000, guys. It is not worth $300,000. So, spike, blade, rocket, bone. Pretty fine list right here. What's the next one? Light fruit. You're not going to change my mind on this. Light fruit is amazing. You know what? I did that. I just did that. Light is that amazing. Arguably, it's probably top A tier, now thinking about it. But still, you're not changing my mind on it. As an M1 spam, does amazing damage. It's really fast. Especially when you're winking it, you're not defeating it. It's just impossible. And it's going such a downgrade to the rubber fruit. I hate the rubber fruit. I absolutely hate it. The M1 spam, horrible. It's got bad animation. The transformation is probably the best part in the Gatling gun. Really far range. Really short range. This thing is very short range. If you're being putting in the comments, oh, but what about the M1 spam and cannon and the slingshot? Slingshot, agreed on. I forgot Falcon. Why is Falcon up here? What's up? Rubber. I'm going to break some hearts for the rubber users. Rocket's better. Bomb, definitely not better. And Falcon. Forgot to speak about Falcon, but I used it for a little bit, and it was horrible. I don't want to talk about that experience anymore. That scarred me. Okay, let's look at the next fruit. Barrier. Okay. You know what? This is not that bad of a fruit. I like the look. It does an okay amount of damage. This is pretty good. This is pretty good fruit. It's pretty mobile. You know, it's good. Heading off on the good note, the ghost fruit is probably better than sand. So ghost, let's go to sand, then barrier. I feel this is my opinion, guys. Just remember, it's my opinion. You can rate in your own one. probably show it to me. And now this is next one. I do not think it's supposed to be 1.1 million. I think it's supposed to be, it's worth is like at least more than in spirit, because magma is the probably one of the best fruits. It's insane at sea beast hunting. Look at the magma. It's so cool. Now we're going on a pretty good downgrade, but I actually think I kind of like the looks of Quake. I feel like it's underrated. I feel like people say it's a bad fruit. The Quake fruit is bad just because they don't know how to use it properly. And I dislike that. Sure, it's a bad fruit, not that good of a fruit, but I think it deserves a bottom B tier. Next fruit, Buddha. Oh boy. How do I say this? Buddha in the game is great. Like, it's got damage reduction, all that good stuff. You can even hold swords. But I feel like I hate that people are saying Buddha is amazing. I, in my opinion, think Buddha is supposed to be A tier itself in the game. But since we're only talking about the fruit, Buddha's probably worse than Quake. Because sure, mobility, you have a tall, but you're tall, but you have a big target. It does no damage. Buddha itself does nothing. Guys, remember, this is my opinion. And listen, Buddha is good itself. It's amazing. Like it deserves an A tier. But since we're talking about the fruit itself and everything it provides, not like everything it provides, but like everything can do itself, I don't think it's good. Like, maybe A tier? I don't know. By the way, I forgot to mention Ghost has multi-lives. Okay. Heading on a high note, love. I think love is not better than light. Maybe just a little bit. But I still think, like, these two are next to each other. These two are at least equal, or love is better. Love is a good fruit. It doesn't have any damage. It's not elemental, which is sad. But it does do a lot of damage. And I don't have that much information other than my friend being a love user. Okay. It's getting insect time. The spider fruit. Oh, there's going to be a lot of A's here. I personally think spider is our best A tier fruit so far. I've looked at spider and it looks really cool. It looks great. So, flame ice, right? Oh, this is supposed to be light. Having a pretty good one. Now we're touching on a high note, sound. There's going to be a lot of A tiers. Oh boy. Sound is an A tier. What can I say? It's so good. Like, I love the tempo meter. It looks really cool. It's everything. It's everything good about it. Phoenix. Oh no, how do I describe this? Phoenix is a good fruit, but I'm stuck because I don't want that much A tiers. And I'm thinking, Phoenix, good fruit, but here's the problem. It takes too much. It takes an insane amount of energy. That's number one. Number two, it's okay at damaging. I think its most notable thing is that it can heal, and pineapple. If you know what I mean by pineapple, type in the comments. Marco the pineapple. I just said that. What else? Oh yes, it's not insanely fast. As I say again, it does. You have a lot of health, and you have a lot of energy loss, you do an okay amount of damage, but you're always coming in close. So if somebody has like a sword or like an pretty good close combat, is good at close combat. But I just like the look. Okay. Yeah. So, going to Phoenix, I think if someone has a light user, you're probably going to lose. Like if a love or light user comes, you're probably going to lose. But if a flame or an ice, you got an okay chance. Next fruit, Portal. Ooh. Wait a minute, I have to eat my apple. Portal's abilities are pretty good. It doesn't do a lot of damage. If we're talking PvP, it goes to B tier because it's not that great. But since it has, you can travel around, it'd be an A or S. And I think it's an S. I mean A. Now, coming with a bit of a little of NL, Rumble. Rumble fruit, I believe, is such a sad fruit. Like, why, Robert? Why do you have to be the counter to that glorious fruit? Other than that counter, it counters a lot of other fruits. Let's start with Kitsune. Rumble has a good chance against Kitsune, and I think it counters Kitsune for one specific reason. That reason is that Kitsune depends on the mobs around it dealing damage. If you have a fruit that has insane AoE damage, like Magma or Rumble, killing all the mobs around it is going to make it so hard to get its three-tail form into a transformation. And these two have a flight, I believe. So you're going to waste all your energy while these two fruits deal so much damage. So, although this one has an insane counter, which I think if we're talking about copyrights, so we're changing all these names, I think in order to save even more copyright, Rumble it takes more energy to damage rubber users. Just a suggestion. Blox fruits. Oh, this is a painful fruit. Pun intended. Anyway, pain. Ah, man. What do I say? I'm not saying this is where I think pain should go. Oh. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying pain. I say pain. D tier. Okay, so what else? Blade goes in front of Spike, actually, now I think about it. Spike, Rocket, Ball. Did I miss it? Did I place Falcon? Oh yeah, Falcon goes there. Next one, getting a bit chilly, Blizzard. Wait, I placed Rumble in the wrong position. So, next fruit was light, love. Light, love. Wait, where's spider? Nah, spider's not better. So I think it should be sound, spider, love. Light, flame, ice. Let's think. Did I miss any? Oh, I forgot right. Phoenix. Phoenix, yeah. I think I placed it here. So, if I missed any roots, just remember to type it down in the chat. Comments. Where should I put it? Blizzard is probably better than Phoenix but guys, the reason why I say light is better than Blizzard is for one reason. If you're doing the cold version of domain expansion, light fruits, they just fly away and then they take a bunch of shots on you. You're sitting duck. So now, going into the mythics on a rough start. Gravity. Gravity looks cool, don't get me wrong, but I think we can all agree that gravity is not that good. Wait a minute. No. Falcon should be... Let me just make some adjustments. Falcon here. Gravity, yeah, it's better than bomb. I'm sorry for all those bomb lovers, but bomb is not the fruit for me. Moves take too long. It's everything. Going off with the Sun Pirate's favorite, the mammoth! Mammoth, T-Rex, same cost, and I think they're both great. Mammoth is probably worse. I love those two fruits and everything. Dough as well. Basically, almost all the mythics are going to be in S tier. Shadow. I say it's just a bit better than Blizzard because it's got more movement. I'm sorry to the shadow lovers out there. Wait, I had lightning. Oh. So light goes here. Love. Venom. Shadow. No, I need help. So shadow. Blizzard. Phoenix. Flame eyes. Shadow, cool looking fruit. You're not gonna hit a domain expansion with a light fruit usually though. Venom. I think personally the venom fruit is better than Dull. Magma's still strong on top. Akainu! The reason why dough is beneath venom is because dough traps, magma and venom is easy to make dough traps. Heading off with a controlling feeling is the fruit control. Control, not that good. So I'm gonna do some rearranging here. So does this. Control. Everyone must be thinking, control is supposed to be worse, but it still does some damage. It's still an okay fruit. Next one, gas. We finally have someone who can finally beat magma. Finally! Someone ended their suffering. Well, it wasn't really suffering. You defeated Akainu's rule. And getting off with another feeling. Do we have light? So, I love domain expansion. Okay. 8 here, heading off big. Next one we have the beast. The beast inside. Now, this is when a fruit, I'm going to say these 3 fruits are probably at the same level. Leopard, mammoth, and T-Rex. Leopard is washed up now. It's still good, but think of it. You're heading into a mammoth, it's just probably going to beat you. It's just, I love it, but I don't think it's cut out for it. Now, we have a fruit that finally can beat gas. Yeti! Yeti. Gas, the gas inside. Magma, venom, dough. The beast inside. See, Yeti isn't the newest fruit and does a lot of damage. It's really self-explanatory. Kitsune, the farmer goat. I'm gonna break some hearts here. Don't worry, this will all be explained in a second. See, dough, I personally think could beat Kitsune. Venom can set up venom traps. Magma, self-explanatory. And we all know Gas and Yeti are better than Kitsune. We all know Kitsune can beat all of these fruits. Rumble, staring an eye at you, Kitsune. You better be scared of Rumble or catching up. Oh, finally. We're nearly at the end of this video. We're gonna be at the final two. East Dragon. It's gonna beat Yeti. I know. It's sad. It's so sad. Now, the West Dragon is better though at PvP. This will, a second, I will show you guys. Dumb ways to die. Magma kind do not do. Venom do. Kitsune. So Kitsune. This is our final ranking. East Dragon is self-explanatory. It does the most damage, and it's so amazing at PvP. It's faster, and it's better. This is our final one. And this will be called, let's see, Gamer Boys Blox. If you guys enjoyed this video, remember to hit the subscribe. And also, this is in first and ever, not supporting this first of ever. First of ever, I would like to take a shout out to Tic Tac Clips and Everything Sports. Remember to hit subscribe and support their channels. Hit their like button because they are my friends. And everyone deserves to be happy. Happy New Year. That's a little late, but I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Bye-bye.